Welcome everybody to Medieval Engineers. This is a game by Keen, makers of Space Engineers, and I generally find this game fun when I remember I have it. There are some things I must point out. Starting off, this game hasn't had an update since, as you can tell in the corner, April of last year. Keen has, I can't even say just for the moment, at the moment, has decided that they're going to focus on on Space Engineers, which is why they released so many DLCs for Space Engineers and nothing for Medieval Engineers. We'll discuss that later. So, if nothing else, won't have to worry about an update screwing with this playthrough, which is it is on the wild setup for the wild start. So, as far as I know, and from what I read on the wiki, actually, I'm not sure which one Wild Start is. I really should look that up. But anyway, I'm guessing it's the one where you start in the wilderness, which is what I want. When you start next to the castle, you kind of lose. I mean, you have to run to get out of the castle's area of effect so that you can actually do things, but it's helpful in some things, but yeah. That is odd. Wild Start. I think that's what it was. Whatever. Yes, I've completed it before, but good. Yeah, we are in the wilderness. This looks rather horrid. Oh. Of course, it's got to load in the textures very slowly. Okay, where did we end up? We are levels. So, I don't see any kingdoms or anything to worry about. I'm not sure if I would know until I find them. I have not really played this as much as I should have. But I do have fast traveling enabled, so yeah. Let's see, we have a mountain to our east, that's good. Let's start off collecting stuff. Oh, it'll let me. Come on. Oh, I turned off the music, didn't I? There we go. Okay. Kinda sounds hollow. I wonder why. Did I screw something up in my settings? Because it sounds hollow. Oh, that's probably why. Okay. Oh, I'll live. Um, yes, I need some stone. Craft an axe. Take the axe. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this start. Oh, right next to a road. That should be helpful later. Okay. Oh, wants me to do ore. Well, there's ore right here. So I'll probably set my blacksmith up over here. But anyway, as I was saying while the game was loading, one of the things that actually surprised me was that they decided to focus on space engineers rather than, well, medieval engineers. And most of my feeling on that is, well, if I remember right, medieval engineers is the entire reason planets currently, well, exists in space engineers. Is by figuring out how to do it here. Oh, I really hate that. They were able to well, they were able to add them to space engineers. The problem is, anyone who's played Space Engineers knows that planets kind of destroy your game in the long run. They're huge and unwieldy and generally programmed to be giant asteroids. Yet, you don't really get that problem here. I mean, a little bit. I mean, loading in sometimes takes a while, but not as much as you'd think. I mean, so were I doing it, I would probably focus on getting medieval engineers as stable as possible. I mean, when I get to the actual building of a building, you'll see why I like medieval engineers aspect a lot more. Well, actually, I should be getting to that point in a minute. How best to put it? I'm sounding like I'm rambling, but when you can place, for example, walls in a corner, rather than having just a block, you have two walls. Maybe one has a door in it, one has a window, whatever. That's actually nice. And it would be wonderful in Space Engineers to be able to do that. But you can't. Where am I gonna... I think I'll end up having my house closer to the road, so over here should be fine. Yay, completed the quest. Anyway, so adding that to Space Engineers would be a huge boost. I don't think they can actually do it at this point. I think that's one of the problems. But considering some of the contraptions I've seen people build for medieval engineers, catapults, trebuchets, trains. I have seen someone make a train just out of stock, unmodded parts that was stable. A little glitchy when you turned, but for the most part, rather stable. Something you can't really do in Space Engineers. I mean, the clang is strong. What am I doing? Timber? Okay. So I need to make a bed. I'll put it right here for now. And I'll claim it. Small chest. Put that at the foot of my bed. Let's see. What's next? Stockpile. But see, this is what I meant. Well, I don't know. When you have to plan. Otherwise, following the tutorials is going to lead you into building a lot of stuff you aren't really gonna use. Put that in here because, like I said, I don't need it right now. So I have my mallet. First, I'm going to get some more wood because, let's be honest, I'm not building just one support. I'm going to get started on my house while I have the chance. Seriously. Come on. There's a good server. Ha! One of the only issues I have playing on the server is that sometimes it desyncs like this. Where it'll decide that, oh wait, you're not actually cutting anything. Get some more berries. Okay. Hopefully that's enough wood to get started. So, I will need to cut down some of these trees because they will be in the way. Come on, fall. Good tree. Don't hit me in the head. But, see, one of the things that I would love to do is create an actual MMO like this. I mean, not quite like this, but similar, I guess. I mean, basically like Life is Feudal, only well managed. I say that not really to disparage them quite as much, but yeah. Where'd the leaves go? They got flung to Timbuktu, it looks like. Whatever. Let's see. So that's where my ore is. So I think I'll set the house up starting about right here. So come on. Support. Let's see. I think I'll have it somewhat flush. Because then I'll have my... What is this line? Oh, well, that's funny. Anyway. Then I'll have my steps over here or something. Geez, I'll dig those out in a minute. Myself a back door to my forge. Okay. I can tell I'm gonna need timbers real quick. Make some timbers. One thing I'm going to miss from Space Engineers is the nanobots. Auto building was wonderful, but oddly I find this fun too. Yeah, I'm gonna need more timber. My plan is to finish up this floor and I guess I will research, let's see, civil engineering, basic wooden house. This is what's gonna give me my walls, my thatched roof, my wooden stairs, and teaches me how to make planks. Which is useful, I guess. Mostly I just want it for the floors. Okay. So... First, let's get myself the timbers. Okay, and get myself the logs. I'll clear here. I mean, I would love to see a full community playing this game. I mean, building everything from scratch. I mean, which is what other games are, but to be honest, I think Medieval Engineers has more potential. Oops. The log fell on my head, I guess. Yes, fly, my pretty fly. Pick up my axe. Come on. Let me pick it up. Come on. Loot my body. Okay. If this was rust, I would be chopping my body up for pieces. I'm actually not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with it, though. I mean... Okay, it disappears. That's good. I was about to look on the wiki to see how I make a burial plot. Okay, so... I should be able to make my planks now, which are from timbers, so... Good thing I got so many timbers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should get me my 30 planks it wants me to get. Now I'll admit I played when this first came out quite a bit. You know, when it was more open without the research. So I don't know how much automation there really is. I mean, am I gonna be able to make for example, a mill? Go. I already have supports. I don't really want to make more supports. See, that's what I meant by the tutorial kind of annoys me. So I guess I'll break a support and make another one. I don't really want to build more that direction. I guess I can build more this direction. You make a porch.
Ha! Ha!
I really should quit doing that. Now I can do the floors. Oh, dang, my mallet broke. I'm wondering if, and I have no clue. Like I said, I really should look it up, but I'm wondering if there are stone floors. Oh, good, I got walls. Hey, I need more planks. But anyway, you know, supports that are made of stone, thus you don't have to, well, thus you don't have to introduce the weakness of wood into your structure. And if you're gonna deal with fire, like when I do my blacksmith, I'd like some floors for that. Actually, I think I can look that up. Let's see. Engineering. I'm still doing that. Basic furnishings. Better house. That does the walls and the trapdoor would be fun. Stone house. That slopes, arches, gates. I don't see floors. Luxury house has a kiln, tile, rooftop. I don't see any floors. I mean, basic housing. That's what I'm doing now. I'm confused. Whatever. Finish off my floors. Need more planks. I have to say, this is definitely a game where you're going to want to plan ahead when you're building stuff. Save yourself the headache of trying to do this all on the fly. But I find I'm enjoying myself, which, to be be perfectly honest, I wasn't while playing Skyrim. I mean, while playing it, yes, but the it wasn't really the role playing itself that was the problem. Trying to think of things to say while not saying what you want to say, i.e., not cussing, oh, I screwed this up or whatever, kind of gets annoying after a while. Now I will just have to go get some logs, and I can start on the walls. And of course, I need more planks. Always with more planks. Now, if I remember right, you need, what is it, one wall per plank? Or one wall per plank. One log sticks for... Huh. There. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I much prefer just to talk than try and... Well, than to try and say stuff I don't really mean. Okay. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I'm going to need 23 logs. I'm guessing here. Need big trees. You know what? This is a good wrapping up point for the first episode. And in between episodes, I'm going to gather, well, resources, because otherwise I can't build and talk. I'm constantly building. So, yeah. So, I will be back in a little while, and hopefully at that point we will have enough resources to finish off the walls, which is all logs. And who knows, maybe I'll even start on the second, or have enough for the second floor next episode. Until then, see you later.